I will ask a volunteer to lead us in prayer. So if we have a volunteer, please unmute yourself and lead us in prayer. The time now is 8:30. A volunteer to lead us in prayer. Raise up your hand and lead us in prayer, or you just lead us in prayer so that we begin. Who's going to lead us in prayer? Yes, Joyce. Joyce Muni, lead us in prayer. Joyce Muni, can you lead us in prayer? Unmute yourself. Yes, lead us in prayer.
Okay, I've unmuted.
Okay, lead us in prayer.
Let's pray. Okay. Our Father and our God, we come before you this morning. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you, Lord, for taking care of us throughout the night, O God. Father, we commit the day unto you, Jehovah Father. As we start this session, Jehovah Father, we ask you that you will be with us, O Jehovah God. Whatever we are going to learn, O Jehovah Father, let be of help to us and also to our children, O Jehovah Father. We ask you, Lord, that you send your Holy Spirit to be in our midst, O Jehovah God. We ask for a good beginning, O Jehovah God, and a good ending. And this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. So welcome to our session today. And it's good to have you here. And as we are going to go through our session and to learn more about the competency of critical thinking and problem solving. So to begin the session, we are going to do a small activity because we were reading something from our session. There's something we read article yesterday, and as we are reading, we found that we learned something about it. So we read two articles, and one article was on education and employment, and another article was on how should radicalization be tackled. So I'm going to share a link in the chat where we are going to open a particular, let me just open the link so that we can take that particular short quiz. It will be displayed on your computer once you click on it. So I'm looking for it so that I can share. I'm putting a link in the class. Click on the link and then it will ask you some questions. So I've clicked on the link. Click on that particular link and it will be asking you some questions. So I've shared a link, and click on that link and you will be answering some question. While you are answering some question, I'll be sharing what it is about. According to the education and employment article, which important skills are required? So if you go, it will just ask you the questions and you start typing. And if you have a challenge, just let us know in the chat. Click on the link and you'll see the question and answer that particular question that you're seeing there. And let's answer those questions. So we read two articles from McKinsey and from Dr. Brooke Rogers. now we are asking you, how do you apply what you have learned from those two articles in real life scenarios? I can see one person has said effective communication, ability to work. Thank you very much.
Where is the link, please?
In the chat. Are you able to see the chat or you can't chat?
I can't chat.
Okay, let me put it in WhatsApp. Sorry about that. Or Esther,
Yeah.
you can put it in WhatsApp.
Today my icon for chatting within the classroom is not
That's
there.
okay. Don't worry, we will make lemonade from lemons.
Thank you.
So Esther, please, you can post that if you are able, as I'm still opening WhatsApp. I'm trying to open WhatsApp so that I can post the link there. And we do the quiz very fast. Some people have already started responding, so you can see I have 2 people who have responded. So just respond, and for the one in WhatsApp, don't worry, it's coming. I'm having some technical with my WhatsApp. I had put it off from my computer. Oh, sorry, my phone was off internet. So you'll get it in WhatsApp in a few seconds. I'm just waiting for it to upload on my computer. But 2 people have answered. If I go now, 3 people, you can see my screen. 3 people have answered. So meanwhile, I'm waiting for my WhatsApp to upload so that I can share the link. So it has uploaded, so I'm sharing the link. If you go to class, you will see the Mentimeter. So the voting Mentimeter is in class now. Go to cohort A, Kiambu, you will see it is there. So I've added it in the class. Check if you can vote. Can you see my screen? And you see what your colleagues have said? 8 people have responded. They're talking about collaboration to generate ideas, critical thinking and citizenship, creativity exploration. 9 people have responded. And people have responded.
The one on WhatsApp, it's saying you can't reach the site.
Why?
I don't know.
Is it a Mentimeter? This is Winnie Washira.
Yes.
You do the first one of HTTPS Menti ending with VD. You click the first one, the top one.
Okay.
Let me repost it. Let me repost it as a response to your question. That one should work.
It is opening if somebody clicks the first one.
Yeah?
The first one
Yes,
is opening.
Esther? Okay, yeah. So I can see 20 people have responded. Can you see the response from your colleagues? "22 people have responded, and you can see it is scrolling. And we need to close that so that we go to the next question. So it is closing in a minute. We have 26, 27 responses. We have 29 responses, 31. And this is for all our classes, both classes, 115 people. I am there, but I did not read. Somebody is genuinely responding to what they felt. That's okay. Then there is the next question. Based on Roger's article, how can we tackle societal challenges? Let's answer the next question. Based on Roger's article, how can we tackle societal challenges? Because Rogers was telling us about radicalization and how we do these things. So after reading that article, what is your take on how do we overcome societal challenges which we have in society? Early pregnancies, early marriages, drug, alcoholism, thuggery. How do we tackle these societal challenges?
Dr. Maina, you
Yes,
had
please.
given us the article earlier to read.
It is in
Yes,
Google
yes.
Classroom, yes. The assignments are always in Google Classroom. Are you in the classroom?
Yes.
Yes, so you should be checking your updates.
Okay.
So I can see somebody has said being role models. Thank you very much. Somebody has said by using the correct method in teaching and helping students apply the same in real life. Somebody say never saw that one. Okay, please do check. Using relevant teaching resources. Thank you very much. Employing practical method in teaching our learners. Excellent, that is good. So that is what somebody has written, which is good. Then we have creating awareness, okay, through communication. Excellent. Being a good role model to the younger generation, proper teaching method, setting good example, that is good. In the chat, somebody has said to equip learners with critical thinking so that they are not easily radicalized. There is age-appropriate activity, proper teaching, that is good. Okay, so there is by teaching the core skills. So we have 13 people who have shared. $16 people. When they reach 30, I'm going to put a countdown so that we close this. Okay. 16. So we are about to use using child-friendly methods. That's okay. Relevant teaching resources. So we are going to close my Edpuzzle could not open the article, please. So I didn't access. It was not in Edpuzzle. It was in the assignments.
My chat is not responding. I cannot respond. Yeah.
Don't worry. If your chat is not responding today, use WhatsApp. Do not worry.
Okay, thank you.
So you can submit all your submission in WhatsApp, then they'll be taken by the moderators and shared.
Thank you.
Okay, help learner development. So we have 16 seconds, and we are going to close the voting in 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting is closed. So thank you very much for sharing this. We are going to share with you all the responses that you have given, and you will see what your colleagues shared and also what you shared. So as we proceed, you can see that whatever we are learning, we want to apply it to real life. We are not just learning to pass exams, or we are not just learning just to get that certificate, but we are learning to change the way we live with others. We are learning to be citizens of this world who are living and working together, coexisting with other people, and also coexisting with the resources we have, the water, the trees, the land. So that is the kind of dispositions that we like to have as we are improving the core skills. And the same happens to our learners as we are engaging them. So you find that today we'll be now deepening our experience on critical thinking and problem solving. Yesterday, we did cover all the other core competencies which we know of, but we left out CTPS purposefully because today we are going deeper. And for the next 4 days, we'll be deepening and understanding the way the core skills are, what are they, then we'll try to teach a small lesson, then you will give us feedback, and then in the next session 2, you will give 2 people will be selected randomly. So everybody will plan a lesson during the 1 hour, and then we'll select 2 people randomly. They will do a full 30-minute session. They will teach all of us, and then we'll have 15 minutes giving them feedback, and we'll repeat that twice. So that is what we'll be doing. And somebody is taking control of my screen, please. Somebody is taking control of my screen. And now they have taken away my presentation. Sorry, I don't know. I'm just trying to upload it again. And I think I've made somebody a place. Okay. There's some people who have not made attendee, and that is why this is happening. I have to make everybody an attendee because somebody is pressing something on their computer and they are taking over my screen, and therefore, because they are presenters, and that now is interfering with the class. So let me take a minute on making everybody an attendee because it is interfering with what I am doing. Now, the challenge is I have to make each and every person an attendee. So I have to go one by one. And I think during the session, I admitted like 10 people. I had made all of that attendee, but the fact that I had admitted 10 more people, now they have ended up messing my screen, but that's okay. There is a solution to that. So I'm making them attendees. And in the process, I might not be admitting people in the middle of the lesson so that they don't cause this disruption we have now. So now I'll waste 2 minutes because somebody by mistake maybe pressed a button to share presentation. Somebody took over my presentation and therefore the screen went to them, and therefore I'm losing the screen I was presenting here. Apologies for that interruption.
Dr. Gyoko, can I make them attendees as you continue?
Yes, I've made everybody attendees, but you can do so. Because now somebody took off my screen and now you see now we have wasted 2 minutes.
Yeah, I understand. Paul for that.
Welcome, Enos. Welcome. Please do that. Admit, make attendee, mute people, and I continue. Okay, right. Sorry for the interruption. And it is not about technology. I don't blame technology. I blame my competency. I don't have those skills which could have made everybody automatically an attendee. So apologies for that. So in this session, we'll be exploring, we'll be receiving international referred basic theoretical understanding of what is CTPS. Remember, research is supposed to inform what we do. So we'll be referring to the research, and then despite referring to the research, we'll also explore references material on how it can be taught and how it can be assessed. At the same, we'll also have some practical element where the facilitator will try to model how it can be done. And this will give you an opportunity to see how you can do it in your school. Similarly, we'll also expect you now to take a leadership in terms of learning all this and developing a project which you are going to implement in your school as you want to now try out the things you have seen here, ideas, concepts, which you want to apply in your session. So that will be important as we move on. So some of the principles which are very critical with this is, one, we don't teach critical thinking separately. So when you're teaching your subject, you don't say, okay, now let us stop. Now, let us learn about thinking. It is not something in addition to. It is taught within the subject matter. So when you are teaching, you are blending train in language, in literacy, you bring in critical thinking. When you are teaching your numbers, addition, you bring in the aspect of critical thinking. So it is not in addition to, but it is embedded in that particular session. Similarly, it's a way which you expect students or the learners to express themselves in a way whereby they are addressing complex topics. So the nature of the topic is not memorization. It demands analysis. It demands creation. There's a higher level, high order thinking, which is demanded by the kind of work that the learners are doing. On the other hand, you find that you don't assume that the learners will learn about critical thinking and problem solving. You have to make a conscious effort as you are preparing your lesson and target the kind of abilities you want to enhance in that particular session. So it is not by accident, it has to be by design. So the way you are teaching your lesson, you have designed that this is how it is going to happen. And finally, the students, for them, you don't develop a skill by doing something once. So there must be opportunities of practice, practice, and practice. So wholesomely, there is a desire for the learning to create an opportunity where the learners are practicing. And as they are practicing, they're gaining those particular skills. So as we begin, we have some definitions of what is CTPS. And this is a quick fire activity. It will be timed. So I'll give you 3 minutes, you answer, and after 3 minutes, we move on. So according to John Dewey, he says that critical thinking and problem solving is active, persistent, and careful consideration of a belief or supposed form of knowledge in the light of the grounds of which supports it and further conclusion to which it tends. So this is John Dewey. And now I'd like you in the chat within 3 minutes to identify what are the key features in this definition and how will you paraphrase this definition in your own words. So you make only one post. You write key features and then your new definition, which is the same aspects, the same elements, but you have reframed them in your own word. So starting now, answer those 2 questions. 1, what are the key definitions? And 2, try to paraphrase the key features in your own words. Welcome. We have a minute. We should start posting that. Minute by 56 from now. So Kanyoro has said active, persistent, careful consideration, doing deeper research on something. Thank you, Kanyoro, for that. So our time is up. So if you look at Dewi's definition, Lise is saying acquisition of knowledge through research. Learners are active participants in creating their own knowledge. Rahab is saying active persistent consideration. Yeah, if you look at Dewi's definition, he talks about it is an active process. And there is an issue of being persistent and careful. So you don't just jump into conclusion. And then there is attention to reasons for believing something. So there is a reason why you are believing something and you know the further implication of our belief. So that is Davis' definition. We'll proceed. Then the other definition we have is, according to the British Council, the definition is self-directed thinking that produces new innovative ideas and reflecting critically on learning experiences. So according to you, I want you to share what are the key features in this definition and try to paraphrase in your own words. This is British Council definition. Try to paraphrase and share it in your own words. Try to paraphrase this one in your own words. So Masim Waneki is saying self-directed actively, which brings about new ideas and innovation. Okay, we are going to jump this. So you find that here it is talking about self-directed, meaning the child is independent and they are not directed by the teacher. So the way they work, they are independent. And then whatever they are doing, they are producing new innovative ideas. They're not just reproducing page 38 or page 50 of the book. They're not relying on memory or on new idea. And then they are making decisions which are effective in terms of problem solving and critical thinking. So let's go to the next one. And in the next one is a cognitive scientist definition. From Daniel Willingham, he talks about critical thinking has some novelty. And he also says that it is self-directed and it is about effectiveness. Those are the three aspects of it. And he says that when you talk about the whole thing, it concerns decision-making and problem-solving, making judgment, and reasoning. Now, based on Daniel, how can you write your definition? Look at what Daniel has written, and what will your definition be using Daniel's perspective? Write your definition based on Daniel. Write your definition based on Daniel. So Rahab Mudon is saying reflecting critically, coming up with your own ideas. Okay. One more, then we proceed.
David Kibutu says, self-direction in reasoning and making proper decisions.
Thank you, David. We are waiting for another one, the last one. Once we have three, we continue. So you'll notice that we are reviewing different definitions because we don't want to just work on one definition, but work with several definitions. And we are also being given our own, like Peter Kingangi saying, self-directed research to lead to a conclusion. So we want to make meaning, our own definition of what is critical thinking and problem solving. And that's why we are looking at other definitions and then trying to paraphrase and coming with our own definition. And that is great. So we are going to proceed so that now we have some sense of what is critical thinking and problem solving. So therefore, within critical thinking and problem solving, there are 4 abilities. One of them is considering multiple perspectives, which we are going to cover in detail. The other one is evaluating evidence. That we'll cover that in detail tomorrow. The other one is a non-routine. We'll cover that in detail the day after tomorrow. And the last one is looking for deep structure. We'll cover that on the 4th day. So we are going to cover this on each day. We'll cover, and then we will model, and then you'll also model. And the key thing about this is the fact that, one, to develop critical thinking and problem solving, there are 3 strategies which you need to have. One is to ask questions so that you develop deeper thinking and you check understanding of the students. 2 is creating a learning environment that supports critical thinking and problem solving. And 3 is providing systematic feedback and corrections. So as you are teaching, you are correcting and you are looking at systematic feedback. So those are the features which are very, very critical as you are working in critical thinking and problem solving. So for today, we are only covering 1, and then tomorrow we'll cover the other ones as they come. So our learning outcome for this session will be what it means to consider different perspectives. Why is it important? How can it be taught? And we will be successful if you'll participate in all activities. You'll review the lessons we model and the lessons others model, and you'll also plan to take away what you're experiencing here in your sessions. So that is how we will measure our success. So looking at this diagram, you can see that it is one situation, but it can be seen differently. The person on the island, he's saying, oh, a boat. And the person on the land is saying, oh, land, the person on the boat. Who between them is correct? Can you type your answer there? Is it boat or land? Between the two, who is correct? Who is right? You either choose boat, land, or both. B-O-T-H. It's either boat, land, or both. Give me the answer in the chat. Who is right in that particular picture? Is it the person on the boat? Is it the person on the land? Or is it both? Thank you, Masi Waneki. You have said both. Lizzie has said both. Joyce has said both. Florence is lifting your hand. What is it, Florence Karua? Your hand is up. So everybody is saying both, 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 both. So we will go for both. The reason why we are saying both is because there are many lenses. When you're looking at something, there are many lenses. And it beats it when you're in class and children give you a different perspective and you say wrong, right. Yet you can see in this case that there are many lenses which you have, and you can see what is happening. So I want to give you a situation and you react within 2 minutes. You react through within 2 minutes. This is the situation. What does it mean to consider multiple perspective? I'm giving you 2 minutes, you answer. Wealthy but hungry. Look at the situation there and answer the question. What does it mean to consider different perspectives? The minute is almost ending. So we have mass, it means one idea looked from various angles. Excellent. Thank you, Masi Mwaniki. Florence too says assess both situations positively. Rahab is saying one thing but seen in many ways. Okay, time is up. I'll give you another situation. If you look at Kenya and the forestry, there is the good, the bad, and the ugly. We are making 1.3 billion in the economy when you are logging, but also deforestation is making us lose 2.6 billion. What does it mean to consider different perspectives? Let's answer in the chat. So Liz is saying evaluating the moral good. Peter Nganga saying looking at the outmost outcome. Thank you very much. We're at the tail end of the time. Let's see who responds last as we move on. Michael Mwang is saying meaning on where you are when observing. Okay. So we'll go to the next one. So the last one is Masi Mwaniki is saying weighing the benefits versus losses of an idea. John Kanyoro is saying considering future outcome. Now let's look at the last one, tasty but unhealthy. We have a minute. Rahab is saying always there are gains and losses. Okay, thank you, Rahab.
Yeah, Florence saying what is outdoing the other?
What is?
Outdoing the other.
Okay, what is outdoing the other? Thank you very much.
Yeah, Masinjamba saying considering the negative impact of an act and checking the consequences. Thank you, Masi.
Okay, time is up. So now I want you to raise up your hand. We are going to have an open discussion and we only have 5 minutes. So these are the first question. Were you surprised by seeing different perspective on this issue? Somebody raise up their hand and you speak. I'm looking at the hands to see who have raised their hand. Raise up your hand, then once I call your name, you unmute and you speak. While others you can type. Were you surprised by seeing different perspective? I'm looking for any raised hand. Raise up your hand, we want to hear your voice. Others you can type. I'm looking for a hand, any raised hand. I can't see any. Raise up your hand so that we can hear. Others you can type. Were you surprised by seeing different perspectives? Florence too says no. Yes, please speak. Can you speak? Joyce Munyi, please speak. Your hand is up. Joyce Munyi, your hand is up. Please say yes. Yeah?
I'm surprised to see the different perspectives.
Okay. Thank you very much. The second question, do you think most people are equally aware of the different sides? Do you think most people are equally aware of the different sides? I can see somebody in the chat is saying yes, yes. Okay, okay. Lizzie is saying not really. And finally asks, should there be awareness on different perspective of this issue and why? Yeah, Peter Nganga is saying no, it depends on literacy. So should there be awareness of different perspective on these issues? Why? Can we all answer the last one in the chat? Should we create awareness to people so that they know that there is two sides of a coin? And why is that important? Should we create awareness that there is two sides of an issue, and why is that important? So Massinjama is saying no, most people are egocentric. Okay. Should there be more awareness? Let's answer that. Yes, to allow people to consider what's more beneficial. Thank you, Joyce Muni. Florence Tuo, there should be awareness to bring out the best in every situation. Alice Wanjik Ndudi says yes. Michael Mwangi, yes, we should, because people are not the same. Margaret Mulani says no. Lucy Mwenda says yes, because we are different. Masi Mwaneki, we should create awareness that there's two sides of an issue because we all think differently. Lizzie saying certainly, yes. Perspective is always determined by experiences. And Jama says yes, people should respect other people's issues. That is great. We are now going to move on. So I want you to type in this, what we have gone through. What was the most important point you are taking? What is the most important thing you are taking from this session? The most important thing from the session. Can you type what is the most important thing that you are taking from the session? We have just gone through a session of exploring perspectives. So what for you, what is your most important thing you are taking from the session? What is the most important thing that you're taking from the session? Type it in the chat. We have Lucy Mwenda. She says, people are different and see things differently. We have Lizzie. We need to be open-minded. Thank you very much. Okay, we should look at things broadly. Thank you very much. Masi Mwaneki, that I should always consider perspectives every issue. Thank you very much. So I can hear the bell ringing. It's time for class. So today we are going to learn about mathematical activity, and our strand is length. Our competency will be critical thinking and problem solving, and we'll be looking at considering multiple perspectives. In our last lesson, we learned about length, and we found that length is a measure of how long something is. If you remember, we were comparing objects, and for example, if you look at that ruler and the other ruler, which one is long and which one is short? Can you answer by typing A or B? Which one is long? between the two rulers which we looked in the last lesson, which one is wrong? Between A and B, okay, thank you, Winnie. Winnie says it's B, correct. So B is long and A is short. So we can have things which are long and things which are short. And the reason why we compare, we say one is long and the other one is short, is because we look at two things and we compare. So in these lessons today, when we learn to compare objects, it develops our concepts of measurements. So we are going to measure 3 objects, and then we are going to identify their length. We are going to compare and see which one is longer or which one is shorter. And then we are going to appreciate that some things are shorter than others and some things are longer than others. So in your learning experience, you will work individually and you will measure objects and find which ones are longer or shorter. And then we'll also compare different objects, different units. So let's listen to this short video on measurements. It is loading. The video is loading. I can look if I can get an alternative way of sharing it on WhatsApp because it's taking more time in loading. I don't know why. Let me see if I can be able to upload it in your WhatsApp. Yes. If it is not very long, that is, then we should be able to get it on WhatsApp. I'm trying to see if it can go through WhatsApp. While it's loading here, you can listen. Yeah, it's there in WhatsApp. Listen in WhatsApp. Listen it in WhatsApp while it's loading here. I've shared it in WhatsApp. So listen in WhatsApp while it's loading here. Then we are going to continue. I've sent you in WhatsApp. Oh, it says loaded. Okay.
Chico's wrote 2 feet long. Mario's
So it is having a problem here, but you can listen it on WhatsApp.
4 feet long. So Mario's said to Chico, I have got the longer rope, cause yours is 2 and mine is 4. So my rope has 2 feet more. We go, hey.
So after listening to this song,
Yo, who has got the longer rope? We go, hey, yo, Mario's got the...
so we can see it is taking long to stream. It could be an
Longer
internet
rope.
issue. But from WhatsApp, you listen to it clearly, and then we are going to proceed because of time. So from this particular video, we have been able to see about the lengths. So I'll ask you a question and you type the answer. Which rope is longer? Type the answer in the chat. Which rope is longer? Which rope is longer? Type the answer in the chat. Okay, thank you, thank you. So the longer rope is B. Okay, the next question. Which boat is shorter? Which boat is shorter? There is Marios and there is Ticos. Which boat is shorter? Which boat is shorter? There is no A or B. Lucy is saying Ticos. Okay. Let's wait for some few people. Which boat is shorter? Lucy Mwenda says Ticos. Let's hear from somebody else. Maureen can't see it. Alice says A. There is no A there. Lizzie says Ticos. Thank you, Lizzie. Some people's screens are taking time to refresh. So they are still here. Marcin Jama is saying Ticos. Okay. So yes, Ticos boat is shorter. And finally, which is longer? The 5 or the 3? Which is longer? The 5 or the 3? Which one is longer? The 5 feet or the 3 feet? Lucy Mwenda says 5 feet. Thank you, Lucy. John Kanyoro says 5. Winnie says 5. Thank you. Okay, 5 feet is longer. Okay, which pencil is longer? Which pencil is longer? Okay, you're saying A. Okay, that is good. Now, the boy who ate a mango was a shorter boy. What is the name of the boy? What is the name of the boy? Okay, I can see Toto. Okay, I can see the children, you are doing very well in remembering what we did. Now I want us to do some individual work. I want you to identify 3 objects where you are that can be measured by length. Look around where you are, identify objects which can be measured by length, and I want you to measure the length of the object you have identified. Look around where you are and pick 3 objects. Make sure they are safe. Don't touch a knife or a scissor or a needle. Take things which are safe and then measure the length of the object you have collected. For example, I've taken a toothpick, I've taken a pen, I've taken a phone for me. Now select any object around you and measure their length. Now that you know the difference between longer and shorter, take anything around you and measure their length. We have 2 minutes. We have 1 minute. Identify 3 objects. These are my 3 objects which I have found: a toothpick, a phone, and a pen. And I've measured my lengths. We have half a minute. Okay. Now compare the lengths of the objects you measured and appreciate longer than and shorter than. Compare the lengths of the objects you measure and appreciate the objects which are longer than or shorter than. Thank you, Lucy Mwenda. Oh, we are posting. I got also okay. So my toothpick container is 4 fingers long. Pen is 7 fingers. Is 8. Okay, that is good. So now the whole class, what did you measure with? Can you tell us what did you measure with? Type and tell us what did you measure with. For me, I used my fingers. I used my fingers to test. So you can see this is 4 fingers. My toothpick container is 4 fingers. What did you measure with? Not what did you measure, tool tables, thank you. My book is okay. What did you measure? What did you use to measure? I used my fingers to measure the length. Okay, ruler, ruler, ruler. Okay. Now, which answer is correct? People are saying ruler, I am saying fingers. Somebody is saying pen. Somebody is saying palm. Which one is correct? Somebody said pen. Some people use the pen to measure, so they can describe a height. Is this pen? Some people use palm. Some people used fingers. Some people use arm. Some people use ruler. Which answer is correct? Okay, Tuo is saying both are correct. Winnie is saying all are correct. Why? Can you tell us why? Can you tell us why all are correct? All are correct. Can you tell us why all are correct? Why are all correct? Why are all correct? Because they have a sense of how long a shot on object is. Excellent. I did not specify the units, so the idea was a comparison. Jen Kuria, your hand is up. Can you say something?
All are correct. Because all the learners are looking at it from a different perspective.
Yes.
So, yeah, and they are all giving something to do with length.
Okay. And we are saying shorter than and longer than.
Longer than.
So we are not saying 10 centimeter. For example, my toothpick is shorter than my pen. My toothpick box is shorter than my pen because this is 4 fingers and this one is 7 fingers. Okay. So you are saying we are learning shorter than and longer than, but in the process, we are learning about something else. Thank you. So students, I want you to measure the length of your table using your hand. Thank you, Lizzie. We are all dealing with the concept of length. Thank you. So measure the length of your table. I'm also measuring mine with your hand like that. So mine is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Measure the length of your table and give me the answer. I can share mine. Mine is 24. Yes, Mwenda is saying 6 hands long. Thank you, Mwenda. Yes, if your table is circular, mine is circular. So it was the length around the table, which is a lesson we learn in when we go to the upper grades. So it's around the table. So if you are having around the table, just measure around the table. Winnie is 6.5 hands. Anne Maina is 7 hands. Maureen is 7 hands long. The length is 8 hands. Good. Thank you very much. Now, I want us to draw the pencil. Trace your pencil on a paper. Take your pencil on a paper and put it like that, then trace the pencil. Trace your pencil on a paper. Trace a pencil on a paper or a pen. Trace your pencil or your pen. And then draw a line which is longer than your pencil and draw a line which is shorter than your pencil. Draw a line which is longer than your pencil and draw a line which is shorter than your pencil. Once you have done that, ask an adult in the house to help you take a photo. If your mom is there, your auntie, anybody, an adult in your house, to take a photo of your picture and tell the adult or the parent or your guardian to post the picture in our class WhatsApp page. Tell the adults in your house, I've told my mom, she has taken the picture and she has posted it in the class. So do the same. Tell the adult in your house to take a photo. And once you're done, please type here that you have posted the photo in our WhatsApp page. Once you have posted, type here so that we know you have posted in the WhatsApp page. Lucy Mwenda, you are done. I can't see it. Lucy Mwenda, you are saying you are done. I'm in the class, but I can't see. Did your parent use the right group? Thank you, Lucy. Yes, I can see Lucy, Leah. Okay, I'm waiting for others. Thank you very much. So, we have learned about short and long, longer than, and shorter. And our lesson is coming to the end. I would like you to use a piece of string in the house and measure your height. And also measure the height of other people in the house. And you can prepare a chart like that, where you will be able to compare the heights of you and others. You can use their pictures, but ask mommy to help you to cut the pictures. When you're using scissors, make sure it is safe. So ask mommy to help you, and then you put a chart and you show who is older, who is not old, and then take a picture. If the people do not want their picture to be taken, just write their name there. Don't share somebody's picture if they have not given you a permission to share. So this is what we are going to do at home. And in the next lesson, we will look at our heights at home and how we compare with other people in the house. Thank you very much. And as we are ending our lesson, I want you to type, what did you like about the lesson? 2 stars you liked about the lesson, and 1 thing which you have wished. So type in the chat here, 2 things that you liked in the lesson, and 1 wish that you have. 1 wish that you have. Okay. Let's do our reflection before the bell rings. The next teacher wants to come into the class, so we have 2 minutes to post our reflection. 2 stars and a wish. We have 1.5 minutes to post our 2 stars and a wish. Two stars and a wish, we are waiting. Very interactive. Okay. Allows me to be me. Interaction and a variety of activity. Thank you. Before the bell rings. Using what is very available. Thank you very much. And our lesson has ended. Thank you. Okay. Now, teachers, we are finished being students. Can we have a feedback on this lesson? What you have just reflected, you are reflecting as students. Now I want us to unpack this lesson. The lesson was supposed to give learners opportunities to know about shorter and longer in mathematics, that is foundational skill, but to consider multiple perspectives in competencies. Now we have 5 minutes to have feedback. How was the lesson? I will start because I was the teacher. I think according to me, the lesson went well, and I was able to do the activities. I was able to review the last lesson, and I was able to present the lesson, and I gave various activities, and the learners were able to do the activity. What I will improve in future is I will reduce the number of activities and increase more time so that I allow my learners to share their experiences on what is longer and what is shorter. So that is my reflection. Now, according to you, give me feedback on my lesson. Don't say good, don't say excellent, don't say poor. Those are praises and criticism. I want constructive feedback. If I was to reteach this lesson again, and remember, time will not change, time will still stay 30 minutes. How can it be improved? Give me feedback. We have some few minutes. I have taught a 30 minutes lesson, a grade 1 lesson, and now I want feedback from all of you. And I was teaching an online class, so my students were at home. Yes, Doc? You are breaking. I can't hear you. So Margaret is saying, I gave clear instruction. I was not catering for time takers. Thank you, Margaret. Multisensory learning, which is good. Thank you, Winnie. The teacher gave clear instruction and involved the learner. Okay, that is, I like such, that is constructive feedback. The activities were adequate to help the learners compare length. I would group learners in groups, but remember, these learners at home, they are at home. So I will group the learners and help compare their length. Thank you very much, Joyce. Let's get feedback. I was a bit first time taker might be, yes, I agree. The time, that's why I was saying I want to reduce the activities. The teacher involved learners more. Learners were fully involved. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm listening for feedback. Remember, as a teacher, feedback is very, very important because when you are going there, the learners are your client. So when you get a feedback from your colleagues, you get a perspective of the experience your clients are going through. So this feedback for me is very, very useful because I'll use it to improve my lesson tomorrow. And that's why I value feedback. And I'm getting feedback from you, which is very, very important. Let's share more feedback. I'm making some people attendee because they have just arrived in and we need to have order in class. And remember, the computer is monitoring you coming in, leaving. So I have an assistant in the computer. It is tracking everybody who is joining, going late, coming back, going out to the market, coming back to class. I can tell from here. Naomi said, consider your connections and then of your learners. Thank you very much, Naomi. Alice, the learners are fully involved. Eunice, very interactive, though learners were not given enough time. Thank you, I noticed that time. Give more time for activity, especially considering the time taker. Thank you very much. I am taking your points. Mercy saying lesson was child-centered and friendly with all learners. You see now, what we are modeling is what you should be doing now with your learners. Learning should not stop, even when learners are at home. So that's what we are also trying to model. The teachers involve learners as much as possible. Thank you very much, Alice Wanjiko. Okay, so I think I've received feedback. I value your feedback. I'm going to reflect on the feedback and I'm going to see how I can improve because I have 3 more lessons to teach. And I will take your feedback and work on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now coming to that point whereby we are asking ourselves, as this session is ending, what is it that I am picking and I will like to replicate in my session? What is it that I am picking from this session, which I will like to adapt in my session? So please write that in your document, because in your portfolio where you are writing things, I'm sure you are making notes. I saw people posting pictures of something, which is good. We also accept that you can write things down on a paper, take a photo, go to Google Class and put them there. So that is very good. So we really, really appreciate that you are able to mine, identify ideas, approaches, demonstrations, which you can take and apply them in your class. So that is very noble, and we really, really, really appreciate the opportunity to model, the opportunity to engage with you, and for you to pick up. So identify what is it that you have picked from this morning session, because first you'll use it in the afternoon session, because once we take our break in the next 7 minutes, you will be using it to prepare your lesson. So you'll be using what we have to prepare your lesson. That is one. Two, as you prepare, and if you get a chance, you are selected in the next session, then you'll be able to see how it works in reality, where the rubber meets the road. And that means that you'll start transforming in the way you do things. And therefore, so when you go to your schools, or when you start teaching, whether you're teaching online or when you're teaching face-to-face, you're going to implement that. So I'm sure your list is growing. The things that you learn today, we were covering, considering multiple perspective. This is an ability in critical thinking and problem solving. We explored the definitions and we made our own definitions. And then we looked at why it is important to do multiple perspective, whereby we looked at different stories, the forest, the obesity, and we discussed why it is important to have multiple perspective, where we gave our most important point. And then we went to a class demo, whereby we visited a class and we were able to experience the learners' experiences in going through the class and learning on how multiple perspective can be nurtured, enhanced, created, reinforced, taught in a classroom environment. So that was the perspective, that was the expected learning outcome. By now, I expect that you have an understanding of what is considering multiple perspective, and you are ready to move forward as you implement. So during the working break, 60 minutes, you are supposed to design a 30 minutes lesson. And this will be an assignment in the Google Classroom. Once you design your lesson, you will upload it. You will see it's going to open immediately after this. I'm going to post the assignment in Google Classroom. You are going to upload your lesson plan immediately before you join the next. So by the 59th minute, it will open, you will upload your lesson plan. Then when we come after the break, we are going to have an opportunity. We'll put all your names in a hat and we'll pick the names of schools. So if your school is picked, it means somebody from your school will present. Then we'll put the names of your members in a hat again. If your name is picked, if it is Maina, then Maina is going to teach us online for 30 minutes. Then we'll have 10 minutes to give them feedback. After feedback, we repeat the whole process again. So we are going to have 2 lessons presented. It will be random. Your school might be picked twice. Your teacher might be picked, 2 different teachers might be picked. So it will be a school selected, then a teacher selected. So I'd like to thank all of you. And I wish to ask, if you are to describe this session in one word, can you type it in the chat? How was the session? We have 2 minutes. How was the session? Type in the chat. How was the session? Just a sentence. Wonderful. Thank you, Eunice. Excellent. Thank you, Lizzie. Interactive. Thank you, Mercy. Participative, interesting, very informative. Educative, thank you very much. Informative, wonderful. Eye-opening. Educative from Naomi. Mercy says informative, and Maina say eye-opening. What is one question you still have? Can you post a one question there which is still bothering you? Well presented. Thank you, Muni. We have a minute. Can you post one question which is still bothering you? Fantastic. Thank you. Engaging. John Kanyoro. Thank you very much. We have a minute. I'm giving an opportunity for a question. If you have any question which is still bothering you about core skills enhancement, especially practical perspective, please post it as we close in a minute. As we close in a minute. Well demonstrated, thank you. The session was humbling, easy, thank you. It was very educative, thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending our 90 minute session. Our 90 minutes is ending now. Asanteni sana. You have an hour to prepare a lesson. And in your lesson, you should have all this on the numeracy, strand, substrand, foundational skill competencies, learning experience, and you'll have an opportunity to deliver the lesson. Asanteni sana and goodbye.